that's not a way to build a business, because you're putting so much energy into this and they're spending 10 seconds on it, and that it's not coming back. And really, they're, like I said, they're looking for you. And so if you can't bring them in and find a way to keep having that conversation, keep supporting them, be known as the authority in your space, which is not the same as, the influencer. There's influencers that make money from the content they put out. And a leader or a thought leader or an authority can be an influencer, but generally that happens over many, many years. You can, all of us are an influencer in some way, but if we look at like Tony Robbins or Jeff Walker, they've become influencers because they've been there for so long. They've built such a big audience.
Yeah.
That's not what's making them money, though. It's not that them being influencers, is that they continue to nurture those people, and all of the people who follow them feel like they know them. They resonate with their audience, and their audience is like, yes, you gave me this and I want more. And that's the biggest part of what we need to do in marketing.
Yeah, definitely. I love the fact that you're using the example of Tony Robbins, because if some
Mhm.
of us are in our business early, we're 2 years, 1 year to 4 years in, and we're wondering where the $10,000 months are,
Mhm.
and, not realizing, like, individuals like Tony Robbins have been, like, scraping by in the
Mhm.
beginning, and then, the momentum or the snowball effect has happened, but it happened over 30 plus years,
Yes.
not over 4 years, you know?
Yes.
Are there individuals that, like you said, that have, like, some sort of, like, crazy thing happen where they're in business in 4 years, then all of a sudden they're making multi-millions? Of course, that happens every once in a while. For the majority of us, we have to work a system. We have to
Mhm.
continue to show up every single day and do the thing and build out community. I'd love
Mhm.
for you to talk a little bit about this, creating a client journey.
Mhm.
'Cause I do think that is something that a lot of us are missing. We don't even know what that means. Like, what do you mean? We're
Mhm.
just kinda all over the place. We're, like, on Insta, we're working on a program, we're doing a YouTube video, we're trying to look into ads. We're like, we don't even realize that there's supposed to be a journey.
Yes, and, it was the realization of that, although I didn't know what it was called at the time, that, I had started as a ghostwriter and a professional writer. I wrote blogs, I ghost wrote for magazines, and I wrote companies, and not companies, I wrote launches and webinars and all those types of things. Um, and so people would hire me for this one little thing, like, oh, we hear you're really good, run our Facebook group, or we hear can you do our email, or can you write this webinar? And I would write it, or I'd write the blog, and I was so disconnected from everything else that they were doing that it was hard for me sometimes to keep the momentum, especially if it was like blogging or emailing. Um, but also, there wasn't a 1-to-1 ratio. It wasn't like I wrote this blog and then this definitely happened, because it's very hard to just go from one step to the other. And this was back, in, like, what was it, like 2010, 2012. And so at that point, the touch points, like how many times you need to connect with someone, was much shorter. It was 5 to 7, maybe 9. Now it's 21 to 30. And
Yeah.
so the thought that like one post or one blog or one video is going to automatically lead to, a sale or something like that is just very difficult to do.